Hey, it's Andre here. Um, you should be seeing my iPhone at the moment and nothing else. I'm going to run through my process um, for capturing podcast info. So this is my digital um, input method. Um, my analog one you saw on my PKM video, notebook, pencil, and I'll listen to a podcast and I'll take notes in the format and the screenshots I showed you there. So this is the digital version. This one I've been doing longer, and this works nicely if I don't have my notebook with me or I'm standing, and this is just easier. So I use Overcast. This is the app you got in front of me, and I've just got Tim Ferriss's show up. So you can see this first one here. I've not downloaded this yet. So what I'll do is I'll do that. It'll start to download it. And then I'm going to go to unplayed. You see it's busy downloading. So what I'll do is I'll then go to Apple Notes. I like Apple Notes because it's just a really easy way to add info, and it syncs up with other devices. So you'll see podcast notes. I've got a whole bunch of different podcast notes. I've got podcast notes for all the authors. All the people or influencers that I follow. So I'm going to go to Tim Ferriss's one for now because that's the one that's busy downloading. What's downloaded now. So this is my process. You can see I've got all sorts of. I just add them in this list, and once I've got them inside here, I then take it from here, put it into the archive. And in the previous video, you saw me doing that. So I'll start here, and let me do that, and then I'll do the guy's name. So this is Bob Eager. Whoops, Bob Eager. I'll do that, and then I'll do end. So everything in between these two things here is what I'm going to capture. So what I'll do is I'll open up. Actually, I'll start to listen to this one. I'm not sure if it's going to record the audio. Anyway, so the first thing I'll do is at this stage here, I'll press the little share thing. I'll say share link and copy. So that is essentially the link to that entire show. So that's the first thing I'll do. The next thing I'll do is I'll start to listen. Now I've got the paid version of Overcast, which allows me to do the smart speed and the voice boost. And the nice thing with smart speed is it any gaps in the audio, it just makes it shorter, and it does it in real time. So even though this may be on, I don't know, 1.9 maybe, depending on if there's gaps in the presentation, it can go way over 2. Anyway, so I'll then start to listen. So if you can hear the rain, I'm sorry about that. It's pouring outside. Not sure if my recording is getting this audio, but I can't hear it. Anyway, so I'll start to listen, and let's say something is said at this point here, 11:26. They say something is like, I need to capture that. I'll pause it. I'll go back 15 seconds so I know that I've got it. I've got it queued up. If it was a few sentences or a few minutes and I really needed to hear it first, then I'll just go back 15. So now I'm at the place more or less that I want. Then I hit the little share button. I'll say share at current time, and then copy. And I'll go back here, and what I'll do is I'll paste it. Now you can see it's got the timestamp, and then I'll add context. So this will be whatever that was said, blah 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 blah, and I enter, and now I'm queued up for the next piece. And as you can see, so I know that this snippet here of the Edward Norton podcast is something to do with people want rich, nuanced, long-form storytelling. And I could just click there. So at 1 hour 34, that's what that was said. So as soon as I click that, in fact, I can do it. go straight into it. There we go. It's at 1 hour 34. It's got the correct podcast, and I can listen to the context of that when I'm capturing my note into my PKM system. That's it, really. It's as simple as that. So I just flick between the iPhone. The iOS makes it really easy to multitask between the two things. It's really quick. Presume Android's similar. I don't use that, but that's how I capture. And as you can see, and then basically it just goes into my PKM in the same method, in the same way that I showed you on the previous video. That's it. Short and sweet. Take care.